Tekubi Osae is a form describing an opponent who attempts to control your drawing hand with their right hand, while presumably following with a strike using their left hand. It is an expression of the Aikido technique aihanmi nikyo. Nishio Sensei's placement of atemi at the moment of entry will transcribe to the Iaido form. The entry with the sword uses the pommel or skakashira to thrust to the opponent's ribs. Also notice the back step that allows the sword to be drawn even though your right arm is held. Look at the way we do nikyo now. This back step right here is where the sword is drawn. If you dig a little deeper into this, you'll find that the sword reveals many aspects of Aikido empty hand study that are not always obvious without the sword. Let's look more closely at the first part of this form. When the opponent holds your forearm, you might have trouble thrusting to their side if their arm is blocking you. You must not be grabbed, but rather you should offer your hand to the opponent. This allows you to establish the terms of the relationship. You'll notice that I offer my hand and draw the opponent out. This makes it possible for me to float their arm slightly and expose their side to the thrust. Even when you're demonstrating the form solo, you can include this small gesture as you grasp your sword handle as a way of demonstrating your understanding of the situation. It's also important to angle your sword handle slightly toward the opponent as you apply nikyo. So we bring the entire sword and saya forward to make the thrust. Circle clockwise over the opponent's forearm to apply nikyo, angling your sword handle slightly toward them. Then step back, draw the blade edge up close to your body, supporting it at the base of your left index finger. As you step around, angle the blade out toward the back of the opponent's neck. We can also express this form all the way through to the katame waza, bringing the opponent all the way to the floor for the final nikyo pin. We can use the Eshin Ru Chiburi, or we can use this O Chiburi. We can also kneel during the noto, which is reminiscent of Omori-ryu. Here is the kentai-ken for aihanmi nikyo demonstrated by Nishio sensei. We will modify this kentai-ken slightly to perform it without touching the blades, in the way that the kentai-ken did. We sometimes call this otonashi, or silent form. Instead of contacting the opponent's blade with ours, we cut below it as they raise their sword. Now I'll show this as an Iaido form. Each cut expresses a key control point, or a temi, in the Aikido aihanmi nikyo technique. This is an intermediate level of the same form, where we finish stepping 90 degrees to the side of the opponent. Now I'll express this form as Katsujinken, the life-sparing sword. We don't finish by cutting the opponent. Instead, we place our hand on the back of the blade and guide them without cutting them.